What's good, Coach Colin Castell, and today we've got something special. We paired with our guys over at Dr. Scholl's Insoles to bring you the perfect off-season conditioning workout. So Dr. Scholl's really supports what we do at ShotMechanics, and they wanted us to put together the perfect free off-season conditioning workout for you to do pretty much no matter where you're at, whether it's in a gym or even at home. So today what they did was they paid us to make this video. They sent us some free samples of the new Dr. Scholl running insoles, and I gotta be honest, I'm blown away already by how they perform. And that's why I love Dr. Scholl's Athletic Series running insoles, because they can help prevent pain from runner's knee, shin splints, plantar fasciitis, and a bunch of stuff like that. And with their triple zone protection, it has 40% shock reduction. So the first exercises we're gonna do are just to get warmed up. And the very first one out of the gate is high skips. So all you're gonna do is you're going to skip, but you're gonna skip as high as you possibly can. Each time that you're skipping, you want to think about driving your knee as far up to the ceiling or the sky as you possibly can, and then exchanging your feet as quick as you can. Now again, the key here is for height, right? We want to think about how high we can possibly jump because we're really trying to get that lower body loose. Now for distance, you can kind of go as far as you want to, but I like to go somewhere between 10 to 20 yards depending on how much room I have and depending on how much I want to get warm. So again, with high skips, we want to make sure that we're driving that knee to the sky, getting as high as we possibly can on each skip. All right, so now that we hit high skips, we're gonna get warmed up with quick skips. So this is the same thing, but instead of driving our knee as high as we can, now we're going for speed of our skip. So what we should really have is a fast exchange of feet as we're going through. So when I'm skipping, now I want my knees to be driving back down to the floor, trying to go as fast as I possibly can with my feet, right? Right here, we're working on foot speed, and we're working on that fast foot exchange rather than the explosion like we did in the last drill. Again, for this, you can go 5 to 10 yards, or even up to 20 yards, depending on how much space you have. All right, so last for the warm-up, we've got tempo skips. So what we're gonna do is you're going to do a skip, but you're gonna jump twice on the same leg. So you'll notice with like kind of a normal skip, you're just going up and up, right? With tempo skips, what we're gonna do is we're really gonna work on this tempo, and notice how I'm bouncing twice on each foot and then driving my foot back down. So think about it's like fast, fast, slow, fast, fast, slow. So with the tempo, we're really working on really freezing that knee drive up to the ceiling. If you can do that, you're really gonna start to get loosened up. All right, so now that we're getting kind of loose, we're gonna move into some explosive movements. So the first one we're gonna do is step ups. Now, I've got a nice kind of plyometric box here, but you can use pretty much anything you've got access to. You can use a park bench, you can use your stairs out in front of your house, pretty much anything you got. And all we're looking to do is we're looking to plant one foot on the top, right? And if we can try to get this top of our thigh parallel to the floor, even better. But what we're looking to do is with each step up, we're gonna step and we're gonna explode up as high as we can and switch legs. So you see how I'm going up there? So I'm getting ready to explode, I'm staying on the balls of my feet, and I'm launching up, boom, switching, coming back down. Now the key here is we're looking for quick contact time, right? So as soon as I exchange my legs, I'm ready to explode the next one up, right? Each time I'm looking to power off the balls of my feet, get that power going up towards the ceiling. For step-ups, you can do as many as you want to, and depending on where you're at in your conditioning level, you might want to change this around, but I like to do somewhere between 50 or 100 step-ups total, so I'm counting one each time that I'm launching up on the top. So that's 1, 2, 3 as I'm going back and forth, right? Again, once you get comfortable, try to power for as much height as you possibly can. Fully extend that leg so you're exploding into your jump. All right, so for our next explosive movement, we've got broad jumps. So broad jumps, you're going to start on a line somewhere, and all we're gonna do is we're gonna try to load our hips up and get one giant explosion where we're rocking our hands forward and firing them as fast as we can. So you're jumping 2 feet at the same time as far as you can. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our balance just for a quick second, and then we're gonna launch into a broad jump again. Now, for you, you can either count these reps if you'd like to, or you can go a specific distance. I'm gonna go 10 yards, turn around and come 10 yards back, but it's totally up to you how much time you have for your workout and how much of a workout you need to get, right? The whole key to these broad jumps though, is that we wanna stay explosive. So as you come through and you're broad jumping out, you wanna try to control your landing and then get ready to explode again, right? Don't get tired, don't get super hunched over, don't stand back up. We wanna stay in this athletic stance so we can explode, boom, into our next broad jump on each one. So our next explosive exercise we're gonna do are split jumps. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna sink down like we're sitting down into a deep lunge. And as soon as my knee gets really close to touching the ground, I'm gonna launch up and I'm gonna exchange my feet and switch into another lunge on the opposite side. So the whole idea here is each time we're switching our feet and then slowly controlling our landing, right? I'm switching feet, slowly controlling my landing. Each time we want to control those muscles and really have them start burning on you, right? Because the whole idea here is a super fast foot exchange and then a control back down. Super fast foot exchange, control the landing. If you can do that, really start to burn, it's gonna be a phenomenal exercise. All right, so now through the explosion, you should be feeling pretty tired, and we're gonna move into kind of our sprinting movements here. So the very first one we're gonna do is line bounce. You're gonna find some sort of line. You know, this could be on the sidewalk, this could be in the street, this could be, you know, in your gym, wherever it's at. But what we're gonna do is you're gonna start and you're gonna do 3 jumps where you're jumping over the line back and forth. So I'm bounding out and I'm going 1, 2, 3, just like that. Then after my third one, I'm going to plant hard and push into a dead sprint going the opposite direction. So once I land, I'm boom, firing out as fast as I can, going a dead sprint for 10 yards. Again, we're going line bounds into 10 yards. So I'm going 3, so I'm going 1, 2, 3. After the third one, boom, sprinting, full sprint, 10 yards across the line as fast as we can. Then we're gonna line it up on the opposite side, do the exact same thing, coming back, jumping off of the opposite leg. Again, the whole key on this drill that we're looking to do, or on this exercise, is to really think about quick landing and quick explosion on each one as we're coming through, right? Then as soon as you hit that third one, you're gonna boom, push, load up into that sprint. All right, so now we're really gonna get that conditioning in with more running. So we're gonna start with some side start sprints. And this is basically how it works. Is from a dead stop, we're gonna get in an athletic position just like this. Then all we're going to do is we're going to take one kind of defensive slide push step over the line and then turn and fire into a 10-yard sprint going the opposite direction. So again, we're lining up right here on a line. We're gonna start with one defensive slide, turn, push, full speed sprint, right? The whole thing we're working on here is really working on kind of pushing out of a defensive slide and going from lateral movement to forward movement as fast as we can. We think about this if you're in an actual game, right? If we're changing into the floors, maybe your teammate steals it, or maybe your teammate turns it over and you've got to bust down the floor to get back. This is a great way to do that, work on that foot exchange and explosion. So again, we're starting here, one defensive slide, turn, swivel your hips, load up this back leg, explode out for a 10-yard run. Then we're gonna do the same thing, come back the opposite direction. For this drill, you can do as many as you want to. Most of the time, I'll at least do 10. Go down 1, come back 2, go down 3, come back 4. But it's totally up to you depending on your time and how much, workout you want to get. So the next exercise we got is shuttle run. Now this is really going to work on your agility and your explosion out of your change of direction. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our line right down the middle, and then we're going to have a cone 5 yards and a cone 5 yards on each side. So whenever you're ready to get your shuttle run, you're going to explode 5 yards out to one side. You're going to bend down, get a touch of either the cone or the line, whichever one you want to do, and then you're going to explode your change of direction back to the other cone. Same thing. Once you get here, you're gonna load, boom, stop, change direction again, and now we're going all the way back over to the other cone, full speed sprint, right? So the idea that we're looking here is it's a 5, 10, 10 run that we're trying to get. So the very first one, we're going 5 yards, change of direction. Second one, we're going 10 yards. Third one, we're going 10 yards. Again, you can do this as many times as you want to in your workout. I'll try to go through it at least 5 times if I'm really trying to get a good conditioning workout. All right, so next up, we've got split jump sprints. Now this is kind of combining that running with one of the explosive movements that we did earlier. So it's gonna start just like before. You're going down into a deep lunge, nice and controlled. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna jump as high as we can, split, but once we land, now we're gonna take off in a 10-yard sprint as fast as we can, right? So as soon as I land, I'm going loaded, boom, full sprint out, just like that, going to 10 yards as far as I can, leaning across the line, boom. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back, but we're gonna jump with the opposite foot to start. So because I had my right foot forward on the first one, now we're gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna go left foot forward. So I'm gonna split down, boom, split jump, and then I'm fully sprinting going the opposite way, 10 yards. Again, we wanna go as fast as we possibly can, load, exploded, fire right out. As reps for these, you can do as many as you want to. I like to go at least 5 times back and forth, right? But it's totally up to you, again, depending on your workout and your age and your athleticism. If this video helped you out, go ahead and hit that like button and then head to the comment section down below and let us know what sort of video you'd like to see next. We'd like to make this series specifically based on what you guys want to see, so leave it in the comments down below and hopefully we'll be able to get to it. And if you want to pick up your own pair of Dr. Scholl's running insoles, all you got to do is click the top link in the description down below and get them today, because I can't tell you how impressed I am with the performance when they're actually on inside your feet, and they kind of really take your shoes and your conditioning to that next level. So definitely check them out, because if you help support Dr. Scholl's, you also help support our channel. So top link in the description down below to get your pair today.